This article explains how to connect your Stripe account and start collecting payments from your funnel. In this tutorial, we'll show how to set up Stripe payments in an Involve Me funnel using the Collect Payment element. First, we'd go to Payment Integrations. This is where you can manage the payment accounts connected to Involve Me. For this example, we'll connect a Stripe test account so we can test the payment flow without processing a real payment. After selecting Stripe, you'll be redirected to Stripe to authorize the connection. I will choose the Stripe test account I want to use for this video, then click Connect to authorize the connection with Involve Me. You will do it with your account. Once the connection is complete, you'll return to Involve Me and see the Stripe test account listed as connected. Now that the payment integration is completed, let's open the funnel where we want to collect payments. In this example, we'll use a paid consulting package funnel. The participant selects options in the funnel, and those selections can define the final payment amount. Let's quickly look at the funnel structure. The participant answers a few questions before reaching the payment step. In this example, the participant can choose a consulting package and optional add-ons. Some answers have values assigned to them. These values can be used later for score-based outcomes or to help calculate the final payment amount. Before the payment step, we collect the participant's contact details. This way, the payment and submission can be connected to the right contact. Now I'll go to the outcome page where the payment should be collected. This is where the participant sees their recommended package and can continue to payment. I'll add the Collect Payments element to this page. This is the element that lets participants pay directly from the funnel. Once the payment element is added, we can open its settings and decide how the payment amount should be calculated. Here, you can choose the payment model. For this example, I'll use a one-time payment instead of the subscription and recurring payments. A one-time payment works well when the participant pays once for a product, package, service, or consultation. Here, you can choose which payment methods should be available in this funnel. You can use one or multiple payment methods, depending on what you have connected. For example, card payments with Stripe, SEPA, or PayPal. Under the card payment method, open the drop-down to choose the payment processor for this funnel. Here, I'll select the Stripe test account we connected earlier. If the connection was successful, it will appear in this list. Next, choose the currency for the payment. For this example, I'll keep it in USD. Now we can choose how the payment amount should be set. The first option is a fixed price. A fixed price works well when everyone should pay the same amount for a product, service, or package. Here, I'll enter the amount I want to charge. This is how the fixed price appears in preview. The participant sees the payment button with the amount we entered. Now let's look at the score option. With score-based payment, the participant's total score becomes the payment amount. Here, the selected answers add up to 6,500, so the payment button shows 6,500 as the amount to pay. The last price source option is a calculator result. This gives you more control when the final price needs a formula, instead of only using a fixed amount or the total score. To use a calculator result, the funnel needs a calculator element. I'll search for the calculator element and add it to the page. I'll drag the calculator element onto the payment page. Here, I'll update the text before the result, so it's clear that this number represents the final price. Once the calculator text is updated, I'll open the formula builder to create a calculation. Here, you can use different values from the funnel, such as answers, scores, hidden fields, global formulas, or data tables. For this example, I'll select the value I want to use as the formula result, Q4 plus Q5. This will become the calculated package price. Once the formula is ready, I'll save it so the calculator result can be used in the payment element. Now that the calculator is ready, I'll go back to the Collect Payments element to use it as the payment amount. And I'll open the price source options. Here, I'll choose Calculator, so the payment amount comes from the calculator result instead of a fixed price or the total score. Next, I'll open the calculator drop-down to choose which calculator result should be used. I'll select the calculator result we just created, which shows the package price. Once the calculator result is selected, I'll save the payment settings. Now the payment button will use this calculated package price during checkout. Now, let's preview the funnel. The payment button now uses the calculator result, In this example, the values from question 4 plus question 5 to show the final package price. Once your funnel is published, the payment setup is ready to work. Participants can complete the funnel, continue to Stripe checkout, and submit their payment. After the funnel is submitted and the payment is completed, you can review the payment record directly in the funnel responses. Go to the Payments tab to see all payments collected through this funnel. You can filter payment records by status, for example, paid or not paid. Click on a payment entry to open the full details. Here, you can review the payment amount, status, payment method, related contact data, participants' answers, and more. That's it. You now know how to connect Stripe, configure payment options, use a fixed price, score or calculate a result, test the checkout flow, and review payment records in InvolveMe.